I'm Scott with Higher Beam Consulting. I had an amazing time with Joe TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow along to see many of the amazing guests.
Welcome to My First Time, the show about your first time getting high on marijuana. I'm your host, Mike Freeman with Dro TV. Today, I'd like to welcome our guest, Scott with Higher Beam Cannabis Consulting. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for coming on Dro TV today. You can find more of Scott on Instagram at Higher Beam Consulting, as well as higherbeamconsulting.co. So Scott, let our audience know where you're located and what you got going on in the cannabis community.
Of course. Yeah, I'm located in Decula, Georgia. What I got going on, Higher Beam Consulting, what we're doing here is working with clients, CBD hemp, and learn the benefits of how it helps for a healthy lifestyle. There is so many different minor cannabinoids of CBN, CBD, CBDA, and how they can help interact to get you a full entourage effect with all the different cannabis products available. We help guide customers a clear explanation of which road to go down and how to achieve that goal.
Excellent. And I know you mentioned you're kind of just getting started, but you've it seems like you've got quite a few credentials, and so we're happy to speak with you and hopefully help your progress. But the show is my first time, Scott. So please let us know about the first time you got high.
Definitely. So had to think about, because my very first time, I don't think I truly remember.
Okay.
Like most of us.
Sure.
But the first time that I remember was working with my friends all in through high school.
Okay.
We were lifeguards at the pool. So one day after work, we were all hanging out at a buddy's house. And, I was drinking like everybody else, but I had a real bad drinking experience probably about a month before this.
Okay.
So my friend was like, don't worry. I got you taken care of. We're going to take the edge off. We're going to relax. My buddy's coming over with something. So I remember a friend of his walking down the driveway next door to where we were with a blanket. And I was like, okay, what did I get myself into here today? So I'm like, no worries. My buddy's got me. I trust him. So the friend pulled off this blanket. It was a 3-foot, just clear glass bong.
Wow.
And I was like, holy shit, what am I doing here? But I, kind of remember it coming off, but then a little shine maybe coming to it, foreshadowing, I think.
Sure.
So friends packed it up, lit it up, passed it around. I took a little hit, a little cough. Then, they kind of started it. I didn't do a full draw. They let me have a little bit to get used to it. And okay, no problem. Little cough. I'm good. Pass it around again. I don't think I felt anything. So I said, all right, here we go. I'm gonna, my buddy's taking care of me. I'm gonna be a champ. I'm gonna pull this whole thing. So I did. And cough city, as we all are familiar with, I'm sure. And then next thing I know, that shining in that glass got a little bit brighter, and everything, my mind slowed down. I could focus on what I needed to focus on, and all my worries kind of just melted away. And
Nice.
Ever since then, it's been my passion that has grown into everything lately.
Awesome. You still use a 3-foot bong at all?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
3-foot bong, not so much anymore. No,
Okay.
I'm using my morning routine is I do a little 1-to-1 ratio of CBG and my medicinal cannabis that I use.
Okay.
And I roll it up, but I usually am smoking out of my little glass bongs that is probably blurred out, but my little glass bongs, little glass pipes.
Nice.
And I like my joint in the morning with some music and relaxing with the birds. So That's
Awesome.
part of what Higher Being offers and likes to explore with everybody is, yes, we can use this as medicine, but there's a lot more that goes into it. There's the endocannabinoid system, and that's trying to help balance our whole body, everything inside. And we need to add a little bit of exercise, a little bit of music, a little bit of enhancing your surroundings
Mm,
to get that overall homeostasis state that we're, achieving, trying to use this medicinal plant medicine for.
excellent. Um, you into birds?
Yes, yes. Learning about birds.
Okay,
Being in Georgia, we are right now watching a lot of hummingbirds by our feeder,
cool.
a lot of cardinals, which I'm from Ohio, so it's got a little close tie to my heart. State
Sure.
bird of Ohio, so give my Ohio plug.
There you go.
Um, and then there's all kinds of hawks, which I just feel connected to. The medicine helps me explain it, I guess, but it's a connection that's there. I just feel like I'm soaring with them. So,
Awesome. I volunteer every Saturday at a raptor rehab. So I work with hawks,
oh, awesome.
falcons, owls. Um, and I've been interested, and I used to do bird banding with a teacher of mine.
Oh,
He was
mhm.
a big birder. So uh, awesome. Uh,
Awesome.
what are some of the hawks you frequently see there?
Uh, red red shoulder hawks is what
Mhm.
we see here, and
Yeah.
then there's probably other ones that I just don't know what the names are.
Okay.
One of the things that I'm currently involved in is head bud tender outreach manager at Franny's Farmacy, Alpharetta here in Georgia, and we had our grand opening event last week, and we had palmetto seeds in one of the infused drinks that we had, and I put it out by the trees because give back to nature.
Sure.
And there was some beautiful hawk the next day when I drove in, enjoying those seeds.
Wow.
Non-euphoric, they were okay. There actually is studies of cannabinoids in animals, so it's okay. And that hawk was having a great time, so I was glad to give back to him. I didn't know what type it was, so but it was beautiful.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, we use some CBD cream
Hmm.
on some of their talons because in the wild their nails are getting filed down from flying branch to branch,
Sure.
and at our facility because they're injured and they won't survive in the wild. Uh, they're on little perches and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
bumblefoot is a serious problem with uh,
Okay.
raptors and birds of prey. If they're in captivity, they can develop like these bumps and like a rash almost, and it can kill them if they can't stand. So
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
use CBD on them. So awesome, excellent. So
Awesome. Yeah.
let's talk a little bit more about
Mhm.
Franny's Pharmacy. How'd you come
Sure.
to get hooked up with them?
So I moved from Ohio to Georgia in November.
Okay,
I spent the last 2.5 years literally dedicating my life to this wonderful plant. I did multiple certifications. The main one was from Trichome Institute that allows me to be a level 1 interpreter. So I can look at flower, I can smell it, see if there's mold, pest, any stuff we shouldn't be smoking, which is a passion of mine because we want safe medicine for everybody.
sure.
Um, I moved down here and just happened to see something on a website, sent out a resume, and got an interview.
Wow.
Um, Met with the owner of the store, and they are a 30-year pharmacist and at Franny's Pharmacy in Alpharetta, and their story was, kind of in line with mine. They were wanting to not use pharmaceuticals anymore, but understood the power of the plant,
Right.
and we just kind of meshed.
Awesome.
And then I've been working there for about a month and a half, and we're slowly getting the word out. Our main thing is educating, letting everybody know that it's not just a place to come and get high. It's a place to learn about CBD, hemp, and how it helps improve our health. And then we're also working with Legalize Georgia
Okay.
to help spread the word and help legalize, get legalization through Georgia if we're, as we go through. So
Awesome. So you've only been in Georgia less than a year then.
yeah, yeah,
Huh, okay.
yes.
So all of your
Yeah.
schooling came from Ohio?
All of my schooling came from little online certificate courses, Green Flower. I
Okay.
spent about 6 months researching what programs that were in my affordability price range to get some certifications. My whole thing was I have a passion to help people. I had a brother that passed the cancer in high school,
Mm,
and I felt like there was a passion for me. I couldn't find it until I found cannabis. I did about 6 months of research learning. I wanted to learn about looking at the plant, being able to interpret it, make sure it's safe. I wanted to also have a scientific background in it and a little bit of like a health doctor perspective of it. So, doing my research, I did a healer.com, which is from one of the leading cannabis researchers, Dr. Salk. Um, and then I did the Trichome Institute, which pretty much is all things cannabis,
right.
and
Yeah.
then interpreting the flower. And then just through Green Flower program, which is what I'm going through now. I got a normal certification to help spread the word of legalization and go about it the proper way to spread our word and break our stigma that we're still fighting every day here. So
Right. Awesome. Well, we appreciate you, putting the good word in and being out there every day on the front line doing some work. That's part of this program as well, is to educate,
right.
let people know that there's people like yourself out there who have this knowledge. They've, went through the schooling, and also to, further promote the endocannabinoid
Right.
system and all the great things that it can do for us. So, so we appreciate you being out there, Scott.
Thank you.
Scott, what are you smoking on?
I'm smoking on Scooby Cakes. It's a limonene, myrcene, caryophyllene terpene mix.
Wow.
Um, I base everything on terpene profile.
Sure, sure.
um, as part of my learnings has taught me. Um, and that one is kind of, let's see, yeah, my 2 o'clock. So it's my microdose time of help me just kind of stay the straight line and not have my anxiety go out of control. So that is the strain we have going on right now for the afternoon medicine time.
Awesome. And I was looking at your Instagram, Franny's Farmacy. Did they just have a big grand opening?
Yeah. So we
Excellent.
had a big celebration to welcome everybody in the community, make them aware that we are there. We've been open in Alpharetta for about a month and a half now. We
Okay.
opened on 420. We just thought
Great.
that was appropriate. So
Nice.
and then we are slowly spreading the word and helping break the stigma and educate about what the wonderful products we have. It's a seed to shelf product. So everything is from the CEO's farm in North Carolina, grown in
Okay.
Asheville, North Carolina, processed and then sent to our shelves here.
Awesome.
Full spectrum, all third party COA tests. So it's safe products that I personally recommend through my higher beam consulting. And it's a no brainer combination.
Can you talk about why it's important to know about some of the things you just mentioned, where it comes
Sure.
from, and if they're using pesticides or spraying, or what they're growing this stuff in? Can you just expand on that a little
Of
more?
course. Of course. Yes, definitely. The biggest thing that makes the difference is we know it's safe. We know that if we're ingesting pesticides and molds and all that other stuff that we shouldn't be, we're not getting the full health benefits and we're not going to get the full effects of the CBD that we're looking for. if you're getting it from other sources, and you don't have those tests, you don't know what's in it. So a lot of people, if you mention that I've taken CBD, it doesn't do anything for me. What product are we using? Well, I'm not sure what it's called. Did you look at a test? No. Without that test, we're not able to see the minor cannabinoids and the major cannabinoids that are in there that we need for the effects that we're looking for. So without that full test, we're pretty much guessing of what we're getting, and studies have shown that we are not getting the full effects from unsupported products.
Mm. Yeah, what needs to happen to change that?
Well, we need to hope the bill that just got pushed to the Senate passes through, because that would help legalize and regulate the market. And that's all in the hands of, we just have to wait and see.
Right.
We need FDA approval of a way to regulate it and have it safe for everyone. In the meantime, make sure everybody's buying products that you can scan the barcode or the QR code and see a full panel COA, so we can see what's in there, and then use services like Higher Beam Consulting and other ones that are out there if you have any questions or need, assistance on how to read those tests.
Awesome. Scott, thank you so much for coming on Dro TV today and giving us some time. Please let everybody know the best place they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Higher Beam Consulting. You can also visit my website at higherbeamconsulting.co. Sign up for services and any consulting needs that you have.
Excellent. And we'll have all the links in the description below. And like you said, you're kind of, you've got the knowledge. Now you got to start out in the business side of things. So if you got any questions, reach out to Scott, DM him, and make sure you give him a follow as well. And let's help him get some stuff going there in Alpharetta. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you go down there and hit the like button for my man Scott here. Great episode. Thanks for coming on and chopping it up with us. And if you are watching this on YouTube, you need to make sure you subscribe to Dro TV, because otherwise you would miss great guests like Scott. So Scott, thanks again for coming on Dro TV. And as always, smoke them if you got them.
Always.
What's up, Dro TV family? You can now stream the audio version of all these episodes on your favorite podcast player. And if you like more episodes like this, check out this playlist we put together over here for you. And if you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube. You don't want to miss more great content from Dro TV. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, smoke them if you got them.